You know what? Okay, I'm gonna open the best restaurant. I'm gonna hire a really good chef, and of course, I love to talk, so I aced the interview like no tomorrow. So and then they're like, "Okay, John, let's open a restaurant." So like, "Okay, let's do it." I was like, "Okay, so how do how do we do this?" So my name is John Buenaventura. I am a professional chef. Well, I need to stop saying I'm a professional chef. I'm a chef by heart. I've been in the UAE for a good 17 years now. Well, yeah, turning 18 years. When I got here, I said I was gonna stay for 1 year. 1 year became 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I left the UAE at some point, but I also came back. For some reason, UAE just kept on pulling me back and giving opportunities here and there. So it started when I was a kid. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was very good in drawing. I was being very creative. I was always failing math, science, chemistry was a headache, but I was always good at physical education, art, and music. And back in the day, if you show that to your parents, they don't really like it. Culinary studies were still very new and very expensive, and my family couldn't really afford it. So I applied for any scholarship or whatever. Of course, I didn't get it because there was math questions in the scholarship, so eventually I failed. So I still went. I remember my dad and my mom told me, "John, is this what you really like? Because if this is what you really like, we're gonna really work hard and get the money to pay for the culinary studies for you." I said, "Hey, I like it." After culinary school, after the honors and everything, I graduated. At the same time, I met this Chinese girl who was, I think, she was about to inherit the fortune of the family, but she was the eldest. And I think the father wanted to kind of like teach her a lesson wherein I'm gonna give you the money and run a business, get the feel of it and experience or whatever. So this girl, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna open the best restaurant. I'm gonna hire a really good chef. And of course, I love to talk, so I aced the interview like no tomorrow. So and then they're like, "Okay, John, let's open a restaurant." So like, "Okay, let's do it." I was like, "Okay, so how do we do this?" So I started drawing the layout of the kitchen on a paper and I patterned it to the culinary school. But at the end of the day, it really didn't work because I had no clue what I was doing, I said like, "You know what? I think the Philippines is a bit too small." So luckily at that time, Intercontinental in Dubai Festival City was hiring for its pre-opening back in 2007. So I got an interview. Obviously in my CV, it was written executive chef because I was so proud, right? And then the one who interviewed me, I remember, he's one of a good leader or mentor that I had before. His name is Christian Kner. He's German. He's now, I think, working for Marriott. I think he's the senior director of Culinary. And then he interviewed me not because he could interview anyone he wants. He interviewed me because he thought my CV was so funny. Like, how can you be an executive chef at 18 years old, And we were talking about it, and then it was like, "So what do you do?" And I was so arrogant, and I was bragging. It's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you a position." "Yeah, for sure, executive chef." "No, a commis position." I was like, "Okay, fine, no worries, but I'm gonna show you what I can do, So before these chefs nowadays had opened the restaurant, I opened it in 2016, same time as Akmal with 3 fills. And Chef Muhammad supported me a lot. Chef Muhammad, he was there in the restaurant every time. It was a struggle. So the restaurant was open for a good almost 1 year, but I had to fold because there was no more money anymore. It came to the point I was selling everything. I even sold my car to pay for my vegetables for the next month because I didn't really have any money. And then one day, I got the call from my restaurant manager. I said, "John, are you coming to work?" I said, "Yeah, I'm coming now." "Why?" "One local guy came here, CID or something." "Okay, what did he do?" "No, he told me to open the restaurant and he checked the place and then he made some calls." He was speaking Arabic, I didn't understand. And I had the gut feel already because for the last couple of weeks, that was the time when Sheikh Fazal was going to different restaurants in Business Bay. I was like dreaming, maybe he will come, maybe he'll come. So I went there and then the CID was there and then I said, "Assalamu alaikum, can I do anything? Can I offer you coffee?" No, it's fine. I said, "What, can I do anything for you?" No. "You will see what I will do here in this restaurant." But the guy was always coming to our restaurant a few times. I said, "Okay, what's happening?" And then, my God, I had only 3 staff at that time. G63s rolled in Steigenberger, like 2 or 3 of them. I was like, oh my God. It was so surreal. It was like, what do I do? Okay, wait. switch on the barbecue grill. It's not yet open, you know. And we didn't know if he was gonna go to our restaurant because we thought he was gonna check out the hotel or whatever. Sheikh Faza went outside of the G63, went straight, and then he was looking for the restaurant. And then I went upstairs, second floor. I was like, what do I do? What do I do, you know? And like 12 locals came in. I was so proud and I was so happy. I was shaking, I was cooking, I was just in my shorts and my rubber shoes because the restaurant was not open yet, you know? And he sat outside, we cooked, but I didn't get time to actually talk to him and really introduce myself because no one was cooking. It was three of us, you know? But that was amazing and I really appreciated, that's why I love Dubai so much, you know? They really support you in whatever endeavors you do. And I think they really understand how difficult it is to run a business here. So when that happened, so after that, so they left, we had their photos. It's like, can you pinch me? What happened? Because I really think he's the only true celebrity in Dubai that people really look at and follow, you know? And I love him, you know? Whatever he does, this extreme sports and the way he sees, it's just amazing. Anyway, so that happened. So after that, okay, we can breathe, you know? So I was having my coffee. And then all of my team, and then the staff started to come. Oh, thanks guys for turning up early at work, you know? News picked up, Filipino Times picked it up, and I think other publications picked up. And then after that, people started coming in the place. We were like, bam, bam, bam. Our sales was the highest in almost, we broke even, almost, even a bit more during that month he was there, you know? So it was so good, But again, it was only breaking even. We were not making profit yet. But if we didn't owe a lot of money to our suppliers or the backlog of rent and everything, and if we were okay, we would have still survived. The problem was we were already so behind that we didn't have any more cash flow to pump in the restaurant to keep it going. And what happens is, and it's a hard death for any restaurant, you know, quality starts to go down. Before you were using really big prawns, now you end up using smaller prawns, which as a chef, it hurts me. But I couldn't manage it anymore, you know? I think one of the points that I really took from that is I hired people who are not better than me. I thought that I had to be the best amongst everyone, and I thought I had to be the most intelligent person in the room, which was wrong because at the end of the day I was wearing all the hats all together, and it ended up that, you know, no one was challenging me. There were days I really didn't sleep. I was sick. I was really sick. A lot of times I was like pulling myself together. There were only a few people who really was there beside me throughout that hard time. Eventually it closed down. And you know, I could give up and just, you know, forget about it, leave this and then start anew. But Dubai has been very nice to me, and I think it's unfair for myself and unfair for the people who believe in me if I'm just gonna run away and give up, you know. And that really pushed me to be better, right? After 1 year, I'm very thankful for the Hilton team, especially the corporate office, like especially Emma Banks, Christian Granitzer, who's now working with Ricas Group, and Chef Sebastian. They actually gave me the opportunity to open Hilton Abu Dhabi Yas Island. So I went to Abu Dhabi. That was COVID. Successfully opened Hilton Abu Dhabi Yas Island, which is an amazing property. If you go there now, I'm so proud of it. This is like my baby. I poured a lot of love and effort to that place, and I really got the confidence, you know. The team there was so good as well. My GM was amazing. His name is Matthew Mullen. He's now in Hilton in London in Park Lane. So yeah, we did well there. And then after a good 2 years, I had the opportunity for Emirates. I still feel the times where you're sad, you're low, and the struggles that you had. But sometimes you need to kind of like stop and take a look back and like, John, you see where you were before and where you are going now, you know? And things are progressing the right way, right? And one day things will happen.